Okay, so we have about 4 minutes until we get started with Express Yoga. So you can lay on your back, you can come into child's pose, you can just sit like this or cross-legged, whatever is comfortable for you, and go ahead and start your yogi breathing. So in through your nose and out through your nose. Try to make the breath come from your diaphragm. Big breath in. Big breath out. Feel your belly rising and falling with each breath. If you're on your back or seated, you can bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly and feel your breathing as you're sitting. You can do that on your back as well. It's just, you can't really do it in child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and keep your breath moving through you until we begin our practice. For those of you that just joined, we're just moving in and through our yogi breathing. So sit in a comfortable position. Full breath in through your nose. Full breath out through your nose. As your next breath starts, go ahead and set an intention or dedication for today's practice. It can be one word, it can be something small, it can be a mantra, it can be whatever you'd like it to be. It's yours. Take a full inhale and a full exhale to seal your intention on your heart. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to Express Yoga or Prep Lunch. Go ahead and rise up to the top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart, palms spinning forward. We'll just start in a conscious mountain pose. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. You can roll them up first. Palms forward, stand up nice and tall. On your inhale, reach through fingers forward and up. Exhale, turn palms out, press and resist. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, turn palms out, press. Inhale, reach along through fingers forward and up. You have two options here. Exhale, right hand to right hip as you sway to the right, or you can interlace fingers at the top, pointers extend, and sway from your hips from there. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, find length through your left side body. Exhale, sway. Take one more inhale. Exhale, sway to the right and pause. Reach both arms back up to center. Left hand to left hip, or again, you can interlace and just sway over to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sway. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, sway to the left and pause. Reach both arms back up to center. Coming into our first back bend, again, two options here. You can interlace and point up or leave arms there. and grow your back bend with arms up, or you can bring your hands behind your head. In either variation, I want you to ground down through your feet, send your hips forward, and either let your head get heavy in your hands or trace your fingers back on the ceiling. Full breath in, full breath out. If hands are behind your head, open up through your heart and chest by pressing elbows out. Everyone take one more breath. Slowly come back up to center. If arms aren't up, reach them up. Fingers interlaced, pointers extended, coming into a flat back squat. So send your hips back and your fingertips forward. Finding a long spine, see if you can tap your chest to your thighs. Inhale. Reach on the exhale. Release hands down, come into a forward fold. So tap your chest to your thighs. You can hide arms behind legs, elbow behind knee crease, fingertips facing down. Just let your head hang. No tension in your face, neck, or shoulders. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tip a little bit of weight forward into the balls of your feet. Exhale, see if you can get your hips a little bit higher. Take one more full round of breath. Come into your forward fold. Slowly unravel and tap a downhill skier. Elbows press into knees, palms press at heart center. We're setting up for a lunge back. So pull your core in towards your midline. Still pressing hips back. Roll shoulders away from your ears. Release your hands to frame your feet and lunge your right foot back. Take a breath to set this up nice and strong. So front knee stacked over your ankle, chest up off your thighs, fingertips tapping your mat. Inhale, reach arms back. Exhale, reach forward and pause. Inhale, arms and core lift you up. Exhale, take a breath to settle in. Full inhale, reach. Full exhale, settle. We're going to add a twist, but I want your twist to come from your core. So I want you to bring your hands to your hips first. Make sure your core is engaged. Pull everything in. Now twist towards your right knee. So use your core, your obliques, your side body, your back to really get that twist. Then reach arms out, just adding limbs. Take a full round of breath. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, release hands down, frame your front foot, look forward, step forward, and fold. Return to your downhill skier to neutralize your spine. Palms press, shoulders roll back. Release hands to frame your feet. Lunge your left foot back. So again, strong front knee, strong front leg. Float your fingertips. Inhale, reach arms back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, settle in. Full round of breath. Bring your attention to your core, pull it in, reach up. Now bring hands to your hips, adding that twist. So use your core, your side core, your obliques. This whole area is really like core muscles. Then you can reach arms out. Full round of breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release hands down, frame your front foot, look forward, step forward, and fold. Come back to your downhill skier just to neutralize. Now keeping hips low, reach arms up into a chair pose. See if you can sink hips even lower. Full round of breath. Straighten legs, reach arms up. Coming into our eagle pose, our balancing poses. Bend your knees a lot. Take your right arm under your left at your elbow, trying to catch opposite hands. If you can't quite grab hands or wrap your arms, you can grab opposite shoulders. Lift your right leg up nice and high. Then place your right leg over your left, squeezing your thighs together. You can leave your right toe out for a kickstand. You can wrap it around. You can bring it to a block, a book, something to prop it up if you have one. Grow nice and tall through your upper body. And then just settle down into your standing leg. Take one more breath in your eagle. Inhale, unravel, spring out, reach up. Exhale, the left arm under right. Bend your knees a lot. Pick your left leg up. Exaggerate this lift. And then wrap it over your right. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those thighs. Find that steadiness in your standing leg. And then sink into your eagle. Please look good, everyone. Take one more breath. Lift a little taller. And then sink down. Inhale, unravel, spring out, reach up. Exhale, arms by your sides, conscious mountain pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Coming into tree pose, shift weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee up to 90. Just take a breath to grow tall through the crown of your head. And then take your right knee out to the right. Place your foot into your thigh, calf, or ankle. So you can use your hand for assistance. You can just place your foot where it naturally goes. I just want you to avoid your knee joint. So no blown out knees today. Arms can stay by your sides. Hands can come to heart center. If you bring hands to heart center, take a moment to press your thumbs into your chest and lift your heart and chest. You can also interlace fingers and reach up, or just reach both arms up and out. Find your steady base, ground through your left foot. Press your right knee out to the right. Grow a little taller in your tree, just one more breath. Mindfully, right knee returns to 90, arms by your sides. Release your right foot. Coming into our second side, shift weight into your right foot. Left knee lifts, hip height. Take that breath to grow tall, to find your stability. Always stability before mobility. And then left knee out to the left. You can assist with your hand, place it into your thigh, calf, or ankle. You can let your foot just go where it naturally goes. Arm variation of your choice. One more round of breath, full expression of your tree. Slowly and mindfully, left knee to 90, arms by your sides, maybe grow a little taller. Release your left foot down. Take a round of breath. You can shake out your feet, shake out your ankles. We'll take one set of dancer's pose. Left arm reaches up, right arm comes out to the side. Reach back to catch the inside of your right foot. Take a moment here to grow tall and then start to kick back into your right hand. So let the kick be what lifts you, what grows that back bend of your pose. You have the option to hinge forward. You have the option to reach a little forward. You can always keep that reach up towards the ceiling if that works better for you. Again, it's your dancer's pose, so take what you need. Just one more breath here. Maybe come in a little farther or maybe back off if you feel like you're struggling. Mindfully bring your knees back in. Feel them tap at the top. Release your foot. Backstroke, windmill your arms, right arm up towards the ceiling, left arm out. Catch your left foot behind you. Take that breath to find stillness and steadiness, maybe some centering. When you're ready, kick back. Not rushing anything in this pose. You can reach forward, taking what you need. One more breath from your dancers. These look awesome. Slowly come back up, knees tap at the top. Release your foot. Take a couple back strokes or windmills of your arms. Just open up your shoulders. Release arms by your sides, conscious mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Come to the back of your mat for warrior three. Reach arms up. Interlace fingers, pointers, extend. Lift your left knee to 90 to hip height. Take a small step with your left foot, just about 1 foot, maybe 2 feet, and roll onto the ball of your right foot. Now with your heel lifted, start to hinge into your warrior three. So even if you just lift your back foot an inch, you're doing the pose if you keep that line of energy. If you can, feel free to tip in a little farther. Now bring your hands to heart center. Feel your shoulders roll back away from your ears. Now reach arms back to airplane. As you reach arms back, lift your right leg a little higher. Press back through your right heel. Inhale. Lift your heart and chest on the exhale. Mindfully, bring your right knee to 90. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, pointers, extend. Take that step with your right foot, roll onto the ball of your left. Then when you're ready, hinge into your warrior three. Bring hands to heart center. Press palms. Reach arms back to the airplane. Press your left heel back. Lift through your heart and chest. Just one more breath right here. Float. Mindfully hinge your left knee to 90. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, pointers extend, grow even taller. Release your left foot down. Release arms by your sides. Full round of breath. Walk to the top of your mat facing the right, coming into a wide angle. So reach arms up and press palms. Step out nice and wide, bringing arms out to a T. Take a moment to turn your feet in slightly more than your heels. Now flip your palms up towards the ceiling and open up through your heart and chest. Then flip palms back down. Find that core engagement. Hinge from your hips to come forward to a nice long spine, just parallel with the floor. Then release hands underneath face or shoulders, coming into your forward fold. You can reach out for calves or ankles. You can release hands on a block if you have one, or a book, or whatever prop you have around you. High setting, medium setting, whatever you need. If you're grabbing any part of your leg for leverage, try to pull your upper body in closer to your legs. So trying to get your forehead closer to the floor. Now tip weight forward into the balls of your feet. See if you can send your hips a little higher. Keep that long spine. Take one more breath. Release hands back underneath face or shoulders. We're taking a wide-legged twist. So left hand planted on your mat. Right hand can come to your hip. Right hand can come out to the side. From your hip or from the side, you can reach up. You can take a little half bind if that serves you, tucking it into your hip crease. If you need more of a twist, you can bring your left hand to your right calf or ankle. If you want even more, you can bend into your left knee. So opposite knee than you're grabbing. If your hand at your hip is enough of a twist for you, then stay there. So again, I never want you to force a feeling or emotion in your body. Just take everything as far as you need. Backing off when you need to. Take one more breath in your twist. Then slowly unravel, just bringing yourself back out. Both hands down on the floor, roll shoulders away from ears for a moment. Right hand stays planted. Left hand can come to your hip or reach out. From there, you can reach it up. You can take the half bind. You can reach for your left calf or ankle. You can bend into your right knee. One more round of breath. Mindfully unravel both hands underneath your shoulders. You can bring hands to hips or you can reach arms out to a T. Use your core to lift yourself back up to standing. Coming into warrior two, turn your right toes back, bend into your right knee. Arms are nice and strong, parallel with the floor. Press your right knee out over your, place your right knee over your ankle, and then press it out towards your pinky toe. And flip your palms so your thumbs are up towards the ceiling. Reach for the back of the room for bent knee triangle. Elbow to knee, arm can press to the inside of your leg, lift your left arm up. Keep that right knee over your ankle. Now try to roll this left shoulder back away from your ear. So don't crunch up. You want to be nice and long in your spine. One more breath, maybe sink a little lower. Reach up. Come back up to your warrior two. Just tap it for a moment. Then flip your front palm and revolve your warrior. So back arm can come to your hip crease again. You can just place it on your back leg. One more breath. Come back to your warrior two. Just pause. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes in. Bring arms up shoulder height for standing frog. So elbows and shoulders are on the same plane, the same line. Now turn your heels in and toes out. Now sinking your hips down towards the floor, send your knees out towards your toes. Keep that strong core. So I guess how my core was puffing. I'm going to pull it in and just slightly tilt my hips a little bit forward. Sink even lower. I hate this pose, so if you do too, I'm with you. And then hinge from your hips to come forward. Elbows to the insides of your knees, press your knees out. Feel that stretch. You can take a little rocker sway side to side if it feels good. It's actually really important to practice the poses that we hate because we learn new things in our body. And it helps to remind us that we can get through anything, right? Now, sink your hips even lower. Strong core brings you back up to your standing frog. Sink just 2 more inches so that you know that you can. Straighten legs. Arms out to a T. Left toes forward. Right foot, the edge of your right foot, that pinky toe edge is just in line with your back mat. Bend to your left knee, warrior two. Strong warrior. So we're working warriors and core for the month of June. We'll switch it up for July. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. Reach forward. Bent knee triangle. Long spine. Feeling the energy from your back heel all the way up to the crown of your head. Press your head back just slightly to make sure it's in line with the rest of your spine. Hinge yourself back up to your warrior two. Tiny pause. Strong front knee as you flip your front palm. Reach up and back and revolve. Just one more breath. Reach, reach, reach. Come back to your warrior two. Take that pause. Straighten your front leg. Turn your toes in. Bring your hands to your hips. Walk yourself into a 2 or 3 foot base for our standing head to knee. So pivot towards the back of your mat. Right foot back. Left toes are at about 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm going to turn forward so you can see me, but you can twist and face back. Reach arms up, press palms, lock thumbs, grow tall. Curl your chin to your chest, start to dome and round your spine over your right leg. When your hands at the mat, frame your front foot, bend into your right knee, and tap your forehead to your knee. So again, if you have blocks or some kind of prop, you can use them on the outsides of your feet to give yourself a little leverage and hinge in from there. If you don't have blocks, it's okay. I want you to feel your breath moving through the back of your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tap forehead to knee. Exhale. Just take one more breath. Reach arms in front of you, press palms, lock thumbs. Keeping ears between biceps, slowly roll yourself back up to standing. When you get to standing, just pivot on your heels to face the front of the room. I'm gonna have to switch mine out because I was already facing forward. So left toes forward, right toes at about 2 or 3 o'clock. Reach up, curl chin to chest, dome over your left leg. Frame your front foot, bend into your left knee. Now, sometimes our hips are a little bit off. They're not in a straight line in this pose. So I want everyone to press their left hip back and then try to bring your right hip forward. So our tendency is to kind of press everything back, and then you're not going to get the full benefit of this pose. So just small, tiny adjustment. Press into your right foot. Try to bring that hip slightly forward. Inhale, send that breath to your back body. Exhale, let it go. Just take one more breath. Reach forward, press palms, lock thumbs. Slower than you want to, roll yourself back up to standing. When you're looking forward, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Reach even taller, tallest point. Release arms by your sides. Full breath in, full breath out. Go ahead and lay back on your mat. You can grab a drink if you need one, a sip of water. Just coming into a little mini Shavasana. Palms face up, feet fall out. Receive your standing practice. We'll be on our backs or bellies for the rest of the test. So for some of you, that's good news. For others, maybe not so much. Coming into single knee to chest. Send both toes, the toes of both feet up towards the ceiling. Pull your right knee in. Squeeze your right knee in by interlacing fingers right underneath your knee, and then press your left leg down into your mat. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, press down or lengthen through your left heel. Just take one more breath. Coming into figure 4, bend your left foot so that it's on the floor and your knee is bent. Step your right ankle on your left knee. Lift your left leg up to 90. Reach through that space and squeeze your left leg in. If your right elbow is at your knee, you can use it to press your knee out. You can also just take your right hand and press your knee out slightly, and that'll get a little more into your glutes, maybe into your hip a little more. You can also try to use your own strength to press your knee out. Just take one more breath. Release your left foot down. Send your right leg high. Interlace behind your knee or your calf, and leading with your heart, lift your upper body up. If there's a forehead tap there, go ahead and tap it. Just don't force anything. Release all the way down. Arms by your sides. Right heel is still high. Now lengthen and lower it using muscle control, nice and slow, until it hits your mat. When it does, send your left leg to meet it. Just take a full round of breath. Toes back up towards the ceiling. Single knee to chest, left knee squeezes in. Right leg presses down, lengthening through your right heel. Inhale, squeeze your right knee in. Your left knee in. Exhale, press your right leg down. Figure 4, right foot on the floor. Left ankle stacked on your right knee. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Lift your right leg up. Interlace behind your knee or your calf. Squeeze in. You can press your knee out. You can use your hand, use your elbow. Keep both feet flexed, toes up towards the ceiling. One more breath to squeeze in. Release your right foot to the floor. Send your left leg high. Interlace behind your knee or your calf. Leading with your heart, your upper body, lift up. Tap if it's in your practice. Upper body down, arms by your sides. Left heel lengthens and lowers all the way down to your mat. Send both legs long. Take a mini Shavasana, just one breath. Feet fall out, palms face up, receive. Come into a double knee to chest. So squeeze both knees in. Reach for elbows if you can. If not elbows, forearms or wrists. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press your spine down into your mat. You can stay here and take a little rocker sway side to side. You can also take a happy baby, feet up towards the ceiling, priming the outside edge of your feet. Again, taking that little sway. This usually feels good on your low back. It's like a little myofascial self-back massage. If you took happy baby, bring your knees back in. From here, we're gonna lengthen through our side body. So arms reach back behind us, fingertips long, legs reach forward, toes reaching. Just feel this side body stretch. Release arms by your sides. Just roll onto your belly, so to either side, so we can come into our belly back bends, our prone back bends. Starting with cobra pose. Bring your hands back to about mid-rib. Big toes together, tops of your feet pressing down. Now squeeze elbows and shoulders up and then lift your knees up off the mat by pressing into your feet. Now lift your heart and chest. As you press into your hands, keep squeezing elbows and shoulders. See if you can pull 1 or 2 more ribs up off the mat. Just lift up. Release all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. We're coming into a high plank. So again, working that core. Pull everything into midline. Make sure your hips aren't sinking too high down or lifting too far up. Squeeze shoulder blades. Just look at the front of the mat to keep your spine long. Inhale. Exhale, hips up, down dog. You can walk out your dog, bending one knee at a time. You can stay here and just send both heels down towards the floor, sending your upper body through your arms. You can also take a little sway, wag your tail in your hips. One more breath. Come back to your high plank. Release knees down. Sit back on your knees. This time we're taking a half tortoise. Reach arms up, press palms, and walk thumb. Belly pulls in. Hinge from your hips to come forward. Again, keeping that long spine. So we're not doming forward, we're reaching. Keep your hips pressing back on your heels as much as you can. When your pinkies hit the mat, send them forward, hips pressing back. So try to keep wrists and forearms lifted up off your mat. So long arms, long side body. Just take one more breath. Keeping ears between biceps and hips back on heels, lift yourself back up to seated. Release arms by your sides. Come forward to your high plank. Cross heels back. Send hips up, down dog. Again, you can walk out your dog or pedal out your feet. Come back to your high plank. Release knees down. This time we're going to sit up on our knees for camel pose. So again, if you have that block, you squeeze it in between your thighs. If you don't have a block, just make sure your knees are hip distance apart. Now make a C with your hands. And then I want you to take that C and press it almost right on top of the back of your hip joint, your hip bone, and kind of cup that area. Now squeeze elbows and shoulders together. Send your hips forward. So just like we did in the back bend in the beginning of our class, hips forward, building that curve of our spine. Press the tops of your feet down for some leverage. Send hips even farther forward. Just one more breath in your camel. Slowly bring yourself back up. Release arms by your sides. Hands come forward, coming back to our high plank. Send your feet back. Now this time, release your knees. We're going to come all the way down and take a full locust. So arms come by your sides. Fingertips lifted, fingertips down, palm of your hand lifted, tops of your feet pressing down. Now lift your heart and chest. Lift your arms so that thumbs are up towards the ceiling, palms are facing out. Now lift your legs. Use your hips to ground you into your mat, into the earth. Lift from both ends. Release all the way down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck toes. Just come right up to your down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take one more round of breath. Shift back to your high plank. Release your knees. This time taking rabbit pose, sitting back on your heels. Reach to cup your heels behind you. If your hands don't quite touch your heels yet, that's okay. They should in a few moments. Curl your chin to your chest and start to dome over your legs, so rounding your spine. When your forehead grazes the mat, your hands should be able to cup your heels. Go ahead and do that. Cup your heels and then lift your hips up. So again, tops of your feet pressing down. Taking that forward flexion should feel really good after our camel and after our full locust, taking our spine in the opposite direction. Go ahead and take one more breath. See if you can get your arms a little bit straighter as we lift your hips. Now coming back out opposite than you came in, hips to heels first. Roll yourself up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Arms by your sides when you reach the top. Come forward to your high plank. Take a full round of breath. Release knees down. Lower yourself back to the mat. We're going to take another full locust, or you can take a bow pose. So if you're taking full locust, arms by your sides, lift your heart and chest, lift your legs. If you want to come into bow, bend your knees, reach back for the tops of your feet or your ankles. In either pose, your hips are what grounding you into the mat. So kick back into your hands to lift up if you're in bow. If you're taking that full locust, squeeze shoulders back. Lift your legs, use your thighs. Everyone, one more breath. Lower all the way down. Just make a little pillow with your arms and look to either side. So right or left, whatever feels best for your neck or shoulders. Take a couple breaths. Lift your head, unravel arms, hands underneath shoulders. You can press through tabletop or just come all the way up to your down dog. Just 2 breaths in your dog, last dog of our practice. So take what you need. You can walk it out. You can send your heels down to feel the length in the back of your legs. Look at your hands. Step, walk, or jump your feet to your hands and sit back on your mat for seated head to knee. Heels out to corners. Left foot comes into your right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, reach arms up. Turn towards your right foot as you come all the way down, trying to make that forehead to knee connection. So if you need to bend your knee to make that happen, go ahead and do that. Just scooch your heel back a little and take that bend in your knee. Start to slow down your breathing. This is kind of the cool down portion of our practice. So maybe even coming back to neutral or regular breathing, just keeping that inhale and exhale through your nose. Reach past your right toes. Use arms and core to lift yourself back up. Arms come back by your sides. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. So soles pressing in. You can interlace hands around your feet if that works for you. Sit up with a tall spine first. Start to hinge forward. When you feel like you can't keep that long spine anymore, go ahead and dome forward, letting your spine dome around. Just looking in at your belly button. Start to roll yourself back up to the top. Left leg goes forward. Bring your right foot into your left thigh. Reach up, coming to a seated head to knee. Slight twist towards your right leg. Brings you all the way down. Grab your foot if you have the flexibility, or bend your knee if you need to. I want that forehead to knee connection. Reach past your left toes. Bring yourself back to center. Arms by your sides. Send both legs long for our seated spinal twist. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Right foot placed to the outside of your left knee. Right arm comes behind you. Left arm reaches up. Wrap your left arm around your knee. Use your core, use your center to twist. You can also bring your left elbow to the outside of your knee if you want a little more leverage. I feel like that helps me sit up a little taller, but again, whatever works for you. Right big toe pressing into your mat, left toes are up towards the ceiling. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Take one more breath. Maybe peek back past your shoulder. Unravel forward. Both legs go long. Hands by your sides for staff pose. Press into your hands to just lift your hips slightly off your mat, neutralizing our spine. Release hips down. Spinal twist on our left side. Left foot to the outside of your right knee. Left arm behind. Right arm reaches up. Wrap it around and twist, or take that elbow to the outside of your knee. Get some leverage and twist. Inhale, sit up through a long spine. Exhale, twist and peek back. Unravel forward, sending both legs long. Hands by your side, just one more mini staff pose to neutralize, press down to lift. And one more forward bend or forward fold. Dig your heels into the mat and bend your knees slightly. Reach arms up. Use the hip hinge to bring you forward. Rub the outsides of your feet and pull your heart and chest through, shoulders rolling back. You can stay here if the flat back feels good, or you can dome your spine forward. Again, kind of looking in at your belly button. You have the flexibility in your legs and you want that back of your legs stretched. You can send your legs long and then dome. Slowly roll yourself back out. Take a light reach for the ceiling and then a light reach for your toes as you lay back one vertebrae at a time into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Palms face up, feet fall out. Roll your shoulders back and down and away from your ears. I will bring you out of Shavasana with 3 rings of the bell, so you can just totally lay back. I know this is a little harder at home because you're like, did my internet go out? Is Emily still there? So I promise I'm still here. Enjoy your Shavasana. Enjoy your final rest. A warrior does not give up what he loves. He finds the love in what he does. Start to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, bringing awareness back into your body. When you're ready for a larger movement, just hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for taking the time out of your lunch to come to yoga, to come to your mat. Roll on to either side, right or left, whichever is your favorite. You can reach that arm back first and use your arm as a pillow, just falling into fetal position. Fetal position is a recognition or a position of new beginnings. So I want you to recall your intention or dedication from the beginning of your practice. And know that you have the opportunity to set a new one right here. When you're ready, press yourself up to seated. Keeping eyes closed or glancing down at the floor, bring your hands to heart center. We'll recognize the peace and light within each and every one of us by bowing slightly and saying either namaste or thank you. Thank you, everyone. Beautiful Thursday practice. I think you have the ability to unmute yourself. If anyone wants to say hi.
Thank you.
Either. Hi, who's the little one?
That's Jonah. He
Oh,
really wanted to do yoga.
Lasted like the first few poses.
Yeah, then he was done. He does Cosmic Kids yoga. So.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've never watched it, but my friends that have kids are like, Emily, you need to watch this.
It's great for kids. It's super fast because it's for kids. So for grown-ups, it's just like, but he loves
Yeah, I need to at least watch it or maybe try it. But that's awesome. Hi.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you,
joining.
Emily.
Thanks. Good to see you. Thanks.
Thank you, Emily.
Have a good Thursday, everyone. Thank you.
Bye now.